Okay, so we're back to doing this. It's past 8 a.m., which means I've taken my first lithium of the day, and I have taken my first Cogentin. And as I was explaining in the previous video, the Cogentin loosens my muscles, and I think I was having a little shakiness from, I guess, coffee. Which maybe the solution to that would be the clonazepam, which I took. So I took clonazepam around 5:40, and so according to my own internal clock of how effective it is, it's going to wear off pretty soon. But I think the Cogentin gives me muscle control. And I know this isn't really a vlog of, this kind of morphed into partly a vlog of talking about my life. Maybe I shouldn't do that, but I just wanted to mention that, after I took the clonazepam at 5:40, I was still extremely anxious, and I woke up my mom at 6, and I explained to her that I just needed to go for a walk, and okay, there's new buttons on the bottom of the screen. I don't know how those got there, and I don't know what they do, but I assume you can still see me okay. Okay, so yeah, I just needed to go for a walk in addition to the clonazepam, and I walked to a park, and I don't really want to describe what happened at the park. I stayed to myself, and I overheard a few things, and I'm just gonna leave it at that. So nothing to worry about, and I've explained to the ones I love what happened, and nothing bad happened, but I've already vented. Basically, I took an hour walk to a park at between night and day, and I don't think I've really done that before. So in a way, I'm 30 and I'm still having new life experiences, even though I've lived in the same house and the same city most of my life. There's still things I haven't experienced yet. And that's good, I think. That's my fingers are still a little bit sore, not sore, but like sensitive, I guess, from practicing before. Just raise my glasses so I can make sure we're still recording when I need to. So just pressing here, the beginning, before I actually press down, I don't know if you can see, there's these icons on the bottom of the screen, and I can't tell if you can see in the video, but I think you can. Okay, so just pressing on the strings gently, I can feel a bit of tenderness on my fingers, and I think it's positive, especially with electric guitar, to develop sometimes I just can't say words, calluses on my fingers, and I don't know if there probably is such a thing as practicing too often, especially early on, but I don't think I'm at that point. So anyways, enough explanation. This is the E chord, I believe. Let me check. No, that's not the E chord. This is the E minor. Okay. So E minor, easiest chord I know. And if any of you are watching all the videos that I put out, every single one, first of all, wow and thank you. And second of all, sorry I keep repeating things I've said before in previous videos. I'm kind of going on the assumption that the majority of the people who watch this tune in and out. Just maybe they'll check one a day if they're really committed, or maybe every 3 days they'll look at one, or if there's a name that's interesting they'll look at one. So I'm saying some of the same things that I've said before, and I think that's also normal for someone who is very verbose and talks often. Like if they have a lot of friends. I remember this happened when I was younger. You develop stories and you repeat them. I don't think I'm telling you anything you don't already know. So E minor. And this is E. I don't know if you call it E major. I haven't figured that out, or if it's just E. And E and E minor go together well, I feel. I only know a few chords or shapes that are chords off by heart. And so just switching between them get away from the amp. Like I know a few chords by heart, and I don't know, I haven't figured out of these 8 chords that I'm learning, like if obviously the more chords you know, the more you can change the order of the chords. So if you only know 2 chords, there's only one thing. If you know 3 chords, there's 2 things, but at some point it gets exponential. I'm gonna assume you know what exponential means. And again, this is all obvious, but basically what I was saying, like the different chords that I do know, I haven't figured out ideally how they sound when put together, when the progression of chord to chord, the sound that I like to hear the most. So like theoretically, if I were creating my own song, I'd want to have a progression of chords. This is my assumption of how songs are created. I mean, like, I listen to music, and it's probably more complicated than just playing a series of chords. There's probably other little tricks, and just now going like this. See, what I was doing there, there was the speed at which part of me talking is just for me to process it in my mind, and maybe I shouldn't even talk about it and just know it, or I don't know which is better, but anyways. So this the speed at which I repeat my strum, I'm just doing completely open now. So the rhythm and the speed at which I'm strumming, that is partly responsible for the musicality of it, but also I'm strumming with my hand, and I don't know if a pick I'd strum differently. I do intend to get a pick, just I should have a pick, and they're probably not too expensive, but move over a bit so you can see this part. Sometimes I strum the whole thing, and sometimes I strum part of the thing, and I'm not really doing it. I'm doing it improvisationally, so it's not an intention to start at, say, the 4th string and strum down from there, but it's just me. It's like me punching. If I were to punch a wall, you know, I don't know where I'm going with that. I'm pretty sure you get the idea of what I was trying to say, and I don't even remember the words I was saying, because I might be a little spaced out from the medication, and also I woke up at 2 a.m. after 7 hours of sleep. So then another factor is, because I'm going from chord to chord so quickly, I probably am accidentally muting strings. So even though when I go like this, it's more or less perfect, when I switch from chords in a hurried manner, going like this, I'm rushing how quickly I place down my fingers, and the fact that I'm rushing probably means I'm accidentally muting a few strings. And those 3 chords that you just heard, as I've said before in previous videos, those are the most fundamental chords I know, so I know them the best. But despite the fact that those are my fundamental chords, when going quickly, I probably make some mistakes. And there's the school of thought that the mistakes are valid. You don't have to worry about them, you just have to worry if it sounds good. And then there's the school of thought that you have to be perfect, and I don't know if that perfection, that would be classified as like classical guitar. I don't know how old the guitar is, but I don't really think there's classical music in like I don't think Mozart wrote any guitar songs, so I don't know what classical means, but I'll find out later. It doesn't matter. There's a lot of sustain, I see. So let's just take that for example. I was just strumming that, but let's see if I'm muting anything. Yeah, see, I'm definitely muting things, so. And now let's see if that was muted. different parts of it are muted. Now let's be careful with our placement. And when I very consciously place my fingers in this position, see, there was a mute. Okay, so that's more or less perfect. And now let's strum. Now let's. And now there's a mute as a result of the strumming. And I don't know if, like, I went through a lot of years of smoking marijuana and listening to music, and when I start to hear that music, I think it loosens my brain a bit, in addition to the insomnia and blah blah blah. So maybe when I hear that strum, even though it's not a perfect strum, I hear, oh, the sound's on, time to relax. And the result of relaxing is improper fingering. So I think just going over it a lot helps. And I was mentioning last time that those are the same key, but one's I guess major and I guess minor, or I don't know what you call neither major or minor. So that's D and D minor, and when I'm strumming them, they don't sound that different. But the reason for that might be because of improper fingering. Someone's going out the back door. Now here's something. Okay, maybe I was wrong about the Cogentin being the thing that I need to make my fingers stop wobbling. Could be underslept, or it could be I need a clonazepam, which my ideal spacing between them is 4 hours if I'm going to take 4, and 4 is my ideal number if I want proper sleep. And yeah, I don't think anyone wants to hear it. See, I don't know if you saw my thumb there, but my thumb, I was moving to pick, and I guess my glasses are slightly dipped, but my hand-eye coordination, I just completely missed the string. And I think hand-eye coordination, well, first of all, ideally when you get advanced, you don't even have to look at the guitar. But second of all, I'm not looking very far from my body, so in terms of hand-eye coordination, it's a very minimal amount needed, yet I did not have that minimal amount. So that's kind of A, the chord A. Or can't seem to help but mute the first string. I don't know how I'm gonna fix this so I'm not muting it. Okay, well now that's not muted. Well, the camera's messing up again, but the last thing I said, I think, was that I was going to try different fingering, and I can't seem to get these icons off my screen, even though there's a close button, and I press the close button. So my camera is doing very strange things. This fingering doesn't feel superior at all, but let's listen to how it sounds. Okay. That doesn't seem correct. What am I doing? Okay, so this string, and then I skip a string. What's going on here? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Am I out of tune? Wait. Okay, I might be out of tune. So this is the first time this happened mid-practice. I'm going to check the tuning. I don't know how I got out of tune. Maybe this part got stuck on the chair. It's very strange. And I might not even be out of tune. No, that is not supposed to be an A, unless I hit the wrong note. Yes, okay. Yes, okay. Okay. Yeah. Wait, let's do that again. Okay, yeah. Yes. Okay, apparently I am in tune. According to the machine, I'm in tune. In my earlier videos, I was wondering if, like, if I was delusional, schizophrenic, whatever you call it, I would hear things differently. I don't know, or maybe it's the amp, or... So, let's stop trying to do this weird fingering that I told myself might work and go back to the suggested fingering. Is that honestly what it wants me to do? I know it wants me to be higher. So I just did it perfectly on the wrong thing. Okay, so the first string seems to be a little bit muted, but it's better than it was before. That doesn't sound too bad. But I don't think I know this. I'm going to have to sleep on this. Someone said if you sleep, what you learn goes through your brain and you know it better when you wake it up. And I believe that. Yeah, and I was thinking how sometimes I believe things that people say just because it sounds like it's right, but I find out like months or even years later that this thing that sounds, yes, that sounds right, is actually wrong. But I'm gonna believe it, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if I believe it or don't believe it. It doesn't change. I don't know how to. There's like a chunk of sentence that I want to say to solidify that thought, and I don't know what the chunk of sentence is, but it doesn't matter. I wonder if some people are enjoying just watching me stumble for words. Can you tell I have not really had conversations with people for a while? Woo! My fingers are bouncing like popcorn. Come on. You see, my brain and my fingers get excited. They're like, we know where you're supposed to go, but I don't have the familiarity, or like, I think people would call it muscle memory. To just go there. So like my brain knows you press that, and that, and I was just doing another chord and I'm like, okay, now go to that, and then I forget, oh, how do I do that? I don't think that's a disorder. I think that's just being a beginner. I think my phone beeped a few times, and I should take care of that. And I'm a little weirded out about how the camera's working. Should not be concerned. There, that was my first attempt of shifting to C. And I'm not seeing a timer for how long this is recording, so for all I know, this is actually not recording, but there's a red light that says it's recording. Anyways, my point was, I could do this for a little bit. That's all I want to do. And now I'm gonna turn you off. Someone make a crude joke about turn on and turn off and tune in and drop out.